What's going on, everybody? It's Pac-Man Jones with Savannah Seaport News. So, the NFL draft just happened, and part of that draft, the 222nd overall pick in that draft was a man by the name of Jalen Myrick, who's from Bloomingdale, Georgia. Now, Bloomingdale is in Chatham County. I often don't talk about Bloomingdale because Bloomingdale is a quiet little town, but Bloomingdale is like on the other side of Pooler. Now, Jalen Myrick, he played for the University of Minnesota, which is the Gophers, and his position was cornerback, and he also was a kick returner. Now, more about the Jaguars selections. They picked him because he was one of 4 Jaguars that was selected in rounds 4 through 7. They also picked Oklahoma receiver Dede Westbrook, who was 110 overall pick in the 4th round, and also an Ohio linebacker by the name of Blair Brown, who was 148 overall in the 5th round. And they also got another man by the name of Marquez Williams, who was 240th overall pick in the 7th round. And also about Jalen Myrick, had the second fastest time for the 40-yard dash with a time of 4.28 seconds. As a senior, Myrick returned 13 kickoffs for a 22.1 yard average. And also as a junior, he recorded 27 tackles and 3 interceptions. And in his sophomore year at Minnesota, Myrick was second in the Big Ten, averaging 28.2 yards per kick return with a 100-yard scoring return against Northwestern. Now, he also went to school in Savannah. He went to Savannah Christian Preparatory School, and that school is not too far away from where I stayed. That school is actually on Chatham Parkway. It's like on the edge of Garden City. Some say it is Garden City, but I mean, it's really right on the edge of Garden City. But he went to Savannah Christian, where he was a cornerback as well, and he was a return man as well. And in his junior year, he was a key player for the Raiders. That's the Savannah Christian team. They're the Raiders. Their squad that went 15-0 that year in 2011, that put them en route to the Georgia High School Class A title championship game. And he led his team with 16 touchdowns as he averaged 13.2 yards per carry with 24.7 yards per catch. And he also did track in high school. He placed second in the 100 meters in Georgia High School Class A state track meet as a junior. So, I mean, this guy has some good notable milestones in his playing career, as far as playing in college and also playing in high school. I mean, I looked at some of his videos on YouTube, and I mean, this guy's pretty tough, man. The only thing that people in the draft were saying is that him being a cornerback at his height of 5'10", 5'9", is that's quite short to be a cornerback. You know, most cornerbacks are, 6'1" or 6'2" and above. So, I mean, hopefully he can make that transition in the NFL. And, man, I hope I see him play, because my team is the Colts, okay? My team will always be the Colts. Indiana, stand up if you're an Indiana fan. But, I like to see them play the Jaguars. They played last year. I wanted to go to that game, but I couldn't. So, big congratulations to Jalen Myrick, man. It's so wonderful to see somebody else from Chatham County that makes it to the NFL. Last year we had Anthony Lanier that plays for the Washington Redskins. He made it to the NFL last year, and this is his second year in the NFL now. So now we have somebody else that made it from Chatham County to the NFL. So, man, I gotta buy these guys jerseys now. So, I mean, that's a big congratulations, man. I look forward to seeing you playing for Jacksonville Jaguars on every play. I'm looking forward to seeing you on TV. But in some other news, worse news, we actually had a homicide Sunday night on West 57th Street near Montgomery Street. Now, Savannah Chatham Metro Police Department is still investigating this shooting, this homicide actually, and spent hours on the scene overnight. The shots rang around at 10 p.m. that Sunday night, and police say 37-year-old Carlton Frazier, known as Cotton, was found with very serious injuries. and Frazier died at the hospital. Now, the craziest part about this shooting is that there was a shooting last night at the same location. So Metro Police are still investigating this and see if this is connected. Possibly it could be, but I don't want to throw anything out there that's false. So I'll just leave it at that. But I mean, police are still investigating this homicide. And also about this homicide, I don't know the actual homicide count anymore, because I believe this is the 16th homicide. But the thing about the homicide count is that when I usually get my info, usually when Savannah Channel Police Department does the data, they usually put it up, weekly. But their database has been slacking, recently. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I also want to make a statement out to the shooting, because I actually responded to somebody on my Facebook about the shooting, and I didn't really make this personal, but I had made a response in my Facebook because, usually on Facebook, man, I talk a lot of shit, especially on the weekends. You know me, I talk about crime, homicides, everything, all about that in detail. So, when I see somebody who on Facebook who has a lot of pull, I can say, on Facebook, and I make a response. And basically what I said, like I said, I talk a lot of shit on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? It just to get more people to interact with me, you know what I'm saying? It's like a social media game I play. But anyways, I said, basically I said, I don't think no one has the answer to the violence in the black community. But I do know one thing. I got an answer to when they start shooting, get the hell out the way. That's for damn sure, because they do not know how to stop when they start. Damn fools. That's what some guy posted. Now, my response was, I said, need to separate hardworking blacks from uneducated jackass Negroes. Let the hood niggas kill off each other like it's the Hunger Games. Build a fence around these niggas so they can't escape. That's what I said. Now, there were people actually within Carlton Frazier's family that had responded to the comment, and I said, no, like, wait, that's like, you took it the wrong way. I never victimize the victim. I never make the victim look, terrible. Like, I never did that in any of my videos. I can't believe that where I put fault on the victim, because that wasn't my stance on that comment. My comment was just the answer, what would be the answer to this guy's comment. I didn't want to make people within his family take that shit personal. I'm still keep that comment up there, because I don't feel like I have nothing to say that I'm sorry about, because it is what it is. I'm not saying that the person that got killed was a jackass. I never put fault on the victim at all. So I just wanted to clear that out there. But it's a shame that this young man lost his life. I mean, I looked at some pictures on him on Facebook and it looked like he was a father. I mean, like he had plenty of kids, man, and somebody took him away. So you just let that, I'm not even gonna say anything else about it. Just let that soak in your brains. But that's all for right now. It's Pac-Man Jones with Savannah Seaport News. Stay blessed, Seaport.